Anyway, Triza.
Yes.
Tuko na Triza ndani ya nyumba.
Kutoka All Smiles Therapy Center. Anasema hii society yetu watu wengi wana go through midlife crisis. Midlife crisis first of all. Nini?
Yes. Midlife crisis.
Yes.
Let's talk of midlife.
Midlife.
Before we go to crisis.
Hiyo ni maisha ya katikati.
Exactly.
Yes.
Just like adolescence, you know, we all have stages of life.
Puberty.
Exactly. So we know for adolescents from 13 to 19 years. For your information, menopause is still part of midlife.
Yeah.
Yes.
Do men go through menopause?
A good question. Yes, it's the answer. The difference are the symptoms. Yes. Yes, we are going there. We're going there. We get to know.
You know, I'm going at 50.
Hey, black.
Yes, you should be like So just like adolescence, just
Yes.
like puberty,
Yes,
midlife crisis
it's a stage.
It's a stage.
It's a stage in
Kila mtu
life.
lazima apitie.
From 40 years to 60 thereabout, you can start.
Kanyeki,
Kanyeki.
Lona,
You can start earlier.
Jere.
Down.
No.
Pierre. Wangoraya. Hao ndio watu wanapitia
40 to 60.
Yes.
mtu wa 30 hawezi kuwa na midlife.
I know it starts from actually 45, but we say plus minus 5. That's why we go back to 40
to 60.
to 60.
And this applies to both women and men.
Yes. It's a midlife crisis. So if you've been blessed enough to the age of 40, definitely that's a stage that you go through. Just like what you're talking about, if everyone goes through adolescence, the answer is yes, because you don't jump from 9 years, tomorrow you're 21.
So if the question is midlife crisis a stage that every human being goes through? The answer is a resounding yes.
Not to midlife crisis, midlife stage.
Oh, midlife stage.
Yes.
Obviously.
Oh, midlife
Crisis
stage.
is when
You fail to manage.
exactly. Yes.
I think hii kwa sababu at 40 you feel like
Life has begun.
Achieve.
Life starts at 40.
Life inaanza at 40.
Yes.
Hizo inagonga 40,
Hauna kwako.
hauna kakitu.
Yes.
Wenzako wamefanya mambo.
Unangoja kujengewa na route.
So ni midlife.
Yes.
The crisis comes in when someone is not in a position to handle that
What they are
particular
going
stage.
through. Exactly.
And what are some of the issues normally that people go through when they hit midlife?
Okay, fine. Let's look at this from a psychological part of it.
Yes.
Like someone becomes so irritable. Amekasirika, mtu alikuwa, amechangamka. Just something small triggers their emotions.
Ama ukiambiwa niaje jo, meeting imetokea ya wera,
Yes.
wacha tu rain check, inakuwa issue. Oh,
Kwa nini?
Lakini makasiriko nimetangwa na mfuko.
Ni ukweli.
Yeah, it's part, but now for Mfuko, it comes in as the causes. You see, it's a midlife, but we are looking at the science,
Yes.
then we look at the causes.
so you are easily irritable.
Exactly. Sadness, you are regretting, and you are somewhere, we say you are boxed by your past. Yes, like now
past
you
yako
feel,
inakuhound mbaya sana.
exactly, you feel like you ought to have moved on, but because, worried not of the fact that you never went to school, or you went to school, or you used to be just, hang out and misuse your money and all that. You're just somewhere, you are boxed. We say, yeah, you are boxed by your past. That you are unable to move on because your life is full of regrets.
Na pia matters relationship.
Exactly, it's all about your past.
You did manage your partner.
Yeah, and now here you are at 40.
Hawezi pata mtu.
Unaweza pata mtu.
Chances ziko chini.
Shida ni hasira yako. Hata mtu ako idhaa. Unaanza kuleta makasiriko.
Unakupea siku mbili.
Ambitions. Someone will just wake up. They never thought of maybe building. All of a sudden, Joanataka. Or they want to buy a new car. They just want to change their lifestyle.
All of a sudden.
We have sexual desires.
Hapo sana.
Zinakuwa mingi most of the time. Na kuna zile inakuwa now you are no longer interested.
You are no longer interested.
So it's either I go you or I go you.
But it changes, not the same. It can be up. Exactly. So the best thing is to be more aware.
Ujue sana una
mavijana mnatusikiza mtu wa vote akikutafuta jichunge sana.
So there's a change when it comes to your sexual desires, which could either be a positive change or a negative one. So utapata desire imekuwa mingi ama imeshuka. Unaanza kufikiria mambo ya kwenda seminari. Unagia desire udem huyu 𝗲𝗏𝗵𝗯𝗁𝗍. Unajua alianza kusema you want to be celibate. Enagia.
Kwa alikuwa na nduthi bado inabadili.
Aliagia gia ya bibi. Sexual desires.
Now, let's look at some of the things that are more visible. Visible means still they're psychological, but things that we get to see.
Yes.
So someone used to dress in a certain way.
All of a sudden,
and a sag. Okay, but not to say everyone knows that they are suffering. But those are some of the things, you know.
Major.
Bling bling and
Caravans.
Ukimmeet,
yes.
If you are presented the same person at 35, 36,
yes.
and now
Totally
the same person 45, 46,
yes.
and you ask to guess the age, you can only award like 20 years. You know, this is the time they're searching for
unajua ni change hairstyle akaanza kunywa hiki kitu inaitwa box.
When you die,
akaanza kuweka rasta ndogo ndogo.
Hata Jeff
Yes, so what happens is we look at now, that's the time people start realizing, by the way, I have, you know, there is the physical changes. Maybe I'm no longer attractive, like how I used to be.
Yes.
And there is also the denial, like I'm not growing old, and hence the saying of life starts at 40. I am not growing old. And so to justify that, you still want to associate and to look like
you are young.
Like you're in denial.
Is a psychological denial. No one gets to know. You know, all of a sudden, unasema my dressing code, I think inanizeesha sana. So let me start. And we are saying it can be either way. Like not necessarily for male or for female.
Anaanza kuvaa skati fupi fupi.
Anaanza kwenda out, they never used to.
Akina mega.
Now all of a sudden, and now they're like, you know, watoto wamesoma, because we all get excuses. Sasa watoto wamesoma ndio wametoka, now it's my time to enjoy life, which is still okay.
Yes.
But why we talk of crisis is if you are unable to deal, unable to manage what you're going through.
It becomes a crisis. Hiyo ndio tunakuja kuguza tukikula music break. How now is it midlife stages, yani kwa individuals uwaga zinabadilika zinakuwa crisis sasa, unajua. Sababu hakuna mess, hakuna blanda nikilukupoa. Kama nimeamua Arafat itafanya nikae fiti. At what point kuweka Arafat kwa kichwa itakuwa crisis, for instance. Kama nimeamua ndanywa box na nikarange nywele niweke sister locks. Nini inasema ni makosa? At what point do you identify as a crisis now, such that it qualifies to be a midlife crisis. And then tazungumzia pia stories of finances pia, I think inafall under that category. Mali sasa unaanza kuwa na tabia za aina fulani kuhusiana na ganji, si ndio? Hiyo yote inakuja after the music break. Mtu wangu wa power, fading away MC Bayo out Kibera number 9, mtu wangu wa power. In comes a brand new tune hapo hivyo.
DJ Drama.
Yeah man.
Take it away, brother.